I wanted to do a little video about, like, I guess some stuff that's been going on. Just, in Scott and my life. A lot of times I'm just showing little snippets on these artist diaries about just almost like a literal diary. Like, what are we doing day to day? And I can see that sometimes I don't share like the emotions behind stuff as much. Sometimes I hint at it, but you know, I felt compelled a little bit today to talk because, as artists, and when I talk to artist friends too, I mean, I hear it from them also, is that, we get crushed when, we don't get into shows or we don't feel like we're being included. And I mean, I just wanted to let you know that Scott and I feel that also. Recently Scott applied into a national show and didn't get in. I mean, it's in a way like I'm curious. I'm always curious about those initial judges, right? There's the judges that just allow people to get into a show, and then there's the judges that give awards. And I mean, it's not saying that Scott or I should be in every show. Believe me, we do not get into things. And sometimes it's laughable, but sometimes I've even been invited to shows and then not seen my name on the ad, and those are reflection times. Those are times when you go, oh, like, did they want me in this show? I'm always trying so hard to give people benefit of the doubt. It was just a mistake. But no matter how much I try and be above all of it, I always feel there's an initial feeling of rejection and stuff. And recently, the last 4 days, I've been kind of dealing with this sense of, oh, I'm going to do a workshop with a school and they just don't seem to want to promote it. And so, okay, I'm like, at first, give them the benefit of the doubt. And I'm still giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I'm thinking, it was an oversight or something. And I just know that a lot of people or friends that I have would just maybe take it and not say anything about it. And maybe I'm pretty blunt, or, I feel like I need to say something like, why aren't you promoting the class? I see that you're promoting everybody else's classes, but not mine. And I've spent a lot of time and I've been excited about it. And then, eventually they get back to me and are like, oh no, we're going to promote it. But then all those stirred up emotions are in me. Like, oh, I guess I'm not good enough. I guess, I'm not important enough for them to promote. And so we have this like spinning thing, like, okay, why are my thoughts going to that? Why do I jump to the conclusion that I'm a victim or something? And I guess I felt compelled to talk about this stuff because our perceptions of our things can change on a dime, right? And, they finally did promote it and it's fine. But I was switching my whole thought process because before I agreed to do this online class, I had kind of thought that I wasn't going to do one for a long time, or I wasn't going to do one with them for a while, because I thought, well, I could do it myself, right? And then we all have these dreams about, and I hope I'm not fumbling my words too much. So I thought, well, I'll just do it myself. And then as time went on, life goes on and deadlines and other things come up. I just wasn't doing it, right? I just wasn't organizing it or figuring out the technology. And so then when they asked me again, I was like, okay, you know what? I haven't done anything about it and they're asking again. So it makes it easy. But this has prompted me to kind of go, you know what, Susan? This is a gift. This is a gift for you to like figure it out. And I see myself and I can't stand my bangs. I'm sorry. I know it's so stupid. So Scott and I've told Scott all about my feelings, and I said, I think that this year is going to be a goal to do, even if it's a day class, even if it's a day online thing, a webinar, something. And we are members of Vimeo, and we're members of YouTube, and we're members of Patreon, and we're members of all these places that can do stuff like that. And I'm like, we just have to get off our butts and do it. And I guess I wanted to talk about this because now I've completely changed it into a gift and a blessing in disguise, in a way that at first I was hurt, but really it was sort of me waking up to the realization that I am my own best advocate. And, to go along with that, a lot of us, when we see things on Instagram and we go, God, I would love to be in that show, or I would love to be doing this, or I'd love to be doing that. And it always kind of seems that some people's journeys, art careers, are smoother than others. And I feel that way too. Like, I was just at, the last artist diaries that we go visit Brian Rutenberg. And of course, he seems like he has a blessed life. He has galleries that are 100% committed to him. He, has great supportive friends. He has great supportive collectors. And even just doing abstract art seems so much more joyful than trying to do figurative art. It's an ongoing conversation, especially with figurative art people, just to let you know. In galleries, we've witnessed, but also we've been told that, landscapes in general are the easiest to sell because they're not confrontational. I mean, you can maybe have a preference with sunlit landscapes over cloudy day landscapes, or mountains over water. You can have those kind of preferences, but in general, landscapes are an easy thing to put up on your wall. And then still lifes, right? People, flowers, or things that are more universal. When you get to figurative, it is that tricky thing about who are you painting? What is the story? What are they thinking? What is the pose? Are they looking at us? Are they looking away from us? And I remember years ago, the fact that people or somebody had mentioned, when a model is looking at you, it's very confrontational. And people will be like, well, why would I want them on my wall? I don't know them. So there's always this like nagging thing at the back of my mind about figurative work that, it's the hardest thing to do. And I'm going to stamp my stamp on that. It really is. It is the hardest art form to do, is figurative work, portraiture, figurative work. And yet it can be easy to sell if you do maybe sexy stuff, maybe nudes, or like really pretty women. But the type of art that Scott and I do, anyways, so there's always this kind of wall that we are trying to figure out. Like, there's the Western art world, there's like the East Coast art world, contemporary, atelier versus impressionism, and we kind of are straddling all these groups. And I wanted to do this online workshop, about using color and playing with color and experimenting, because I felt completely burnt out of doing traditional portraiture. I felt completely like blocked and frustrated and scared and angry and all these emotions, because I'm almost like trying too hard. I'm trying too hard, and it's making art not fun. And when I have played a certain way, it's bringing more joy. And so I'm going to just talk more about that in the future arts blogs, but I just wanted to put it out there that whoever is feeling like disenfranchised, meaning that, you're not getting into shows, or you feel that other people seem to have it easier than you, that you're not alone. I mean, Scott and I feel that also. I mean, Scott was totally in a really sad mood today because he just wants so badly to make beautiful art and to like expand what he's already doing. And things don't work out. Paintings don't work out. Like, we can try hard, we can work on things for weeks, even months over time, and then they fail. Of course, you always try and flip it and say you learned something, but it hurts. It hurts when you're doing it. It hurts when a lot of time and energy in your mind has like maybe not come to fruition. I felt like I needed to kind of let that out, and that if any way I can help people, even just the words I say about the fact that you're not alone, that I have many ups and downs, and I put deadlines to myself about entering shows, and then the deadlines come and go because I just didn't feel like what I was doing was good enough. And I wish I could find a gallery that was a partner in life in a way. I always tell people that finding galleries is like dating, and you want to find somebody who loves your work, because no matter what, no matter how prestigious the gallery is, if they don't like light up when they talk about your work, then they're not going to sell it. And Scott and I really want our artwork to kind of move more East Coast. We live on the East Coast. We want to have more East Coast places to show. And so we did just recently become members of the Selma Gundy Club. And I'm excited to enter their shows and like go up and participate and to visit them and to draw at their open sessions, and to see how that goes. And I will keep you posted.